Hi, Dick Wagner here. Welcome to our Tuesday morning webinar. We're going to talk today about fear and complacency. And I'm not really talking about the fear and the complacency of your staff or of your marketers. I'm talking about the fear and complacency that marketers are exposed to often when they're marketing on their route to agents, plumbers, all of those types of verticals. Those people exhibit fear and complacency, and in other words, an unwillingness to make a decision. So, why do these clients have fear and complacency? Why do you so often get a no? It's important to recognize that commitment is not always easily embraced by the prospects and the clients. And there really are two prevalent reasons behind their resistance. They are fear and complacency. Fear is a powerful and complex emotion that will show itself in many different ways when clients are faced with the prospect of doing business with you. You'll want to understand the different aspects of fear that might influence their decision making or their failure to make a decision. They may worry that once they commit to a particular course of action, in other words, such as referring you or your company to a loss, they'll be held accountable for the success or even worse, the failure of the job. This can be paralyzing, causing clients to second guess their decisions and hesitate to move forward with a referral. The fear of failure is one of the most common reasons why clients resist commitment. Clients may fear that by committing to one option, they'll miss out on a better opportunity that could come from another contractor. The fear of loss is simply the commitment, which often involves an element of sacrifice or investment, whether it's time, money, or effort. This fear of losing out, in other words, another contractor may come along and have a better deal. This fear of losing out can lead to hesitation and very often just simply indecision. That fear of change, the commitment often requires a significant change in their status quo. Clients might be comfortable with their current situation, even if their situation isn't ideal. You've heard the saying before, deal with the devil you know rather than the devil you don't. The fear of the unknown and the challenges that come with change can prevent them from committing to a new path. The fear of vulnerability. Commitment can make clients feel vulnerable. It involves putting trust in others or in a particular process. And hey, that particular trust might be unsettling to the prospect or the client. Clients may fear being taken advantage of or being let down, leaving them to resist giving you a referral so that they can protect themselves or their plumbing company or their insurance agency. To address client resistance coming from fear, it's important to create an environment of trust and open communication. That's why we say all the time, you've got to build a relationship, and you can't build a relationship if there's a lack of trust on the part of the client. By addressing their concerns, providing reassurance, and showing the potential benefits of commitment, route marketers can help clients overcome their fear and make informed decisions. And then we come to complacency. Complacency, on the other hand, is another significant barrier to client commitment. It happens because they have a sense of contentment with the current state of affairs, and they have a reluctance to change or take a risk. Nobody likes change. Even me, I don't like change. Why? Because in one way, it's part of human nature. We, thousands of years ago, got the mentality that change complicates things. Change increases the danger potential. So it happens, that complacency happens when we have the contentment of whatever that current status is, and we're reluctant to make that change. Your comfort zone. Clients who have become comfortable with their current situation may simply resist commitment because they're accustomed to the status quo. It's the routine. We're there. We're comfortable with it. We don't want to change our routine. When we get up in the morning, maybe one of the first things we do is we go get a pot or a cup of coffee. That's a routine. That's a comfort zone. That's status quo. That's where we're at that particular moment, and we don't want to change that. And no, you know what? Nobody wants to read a chapter of a book in the morning first before they've had their coffee. But if you get out of your comfort zone, you would be shocked to find out that, you know what, it isn't this difficult. Sometimes your client may perceive that commitment is a disruption to their routine, and they're hesitant to step out of their comfort zone. And sometimes, on occasion, they just simply lack motivation. If the client doesn't see a compelling reason to make a commitment to you, they may just choose to maintain the status quo. In other words, stay doing whatever they're doing now, which might be nothing. The lack of motivation to change or promote in something new can lead to complacency and a resistance to a commitment. Sometimes they have short-term thinking. Usually they believe it will require sacrifices or risk that will only pay off in the distant future. So then they insert into that mindset short-term thinking. This short-term thinking can hinder their ability to commit to meaningful endeavors. Some clients may prioritize short-term gains over long-term benefits. they may resist commitment. Overconfidence. Sometimes we all have that. Many times clients overestimate their current choices and options. It's kind of like, really? Do you really want to stick your hand in that alligator's mouth? Chances are really good, unless you can read the alligator's mind, unless you can be so incredibly lightning fast that that alligator jaw can't snap down on your hand. You've got some overconfidence, or you're dealing with overconfidence with your client. This may lead them to believe they can achieve their goals. In other words, their goals might simply be taking care of their customer without committing to a specific course of action. How many times have you had an insurance agent say, "Oh, we don't get involved in claims. We always give the customer the 1-800 number to Claims Central"? Really? Boy, that's just not taking care of your customer. That's overconfidence in thinking that Claims Central has their clients, their policyholders' best interest at heart. That's totally overconfidence. This overconfidence can lead to complacency, and it will lead to a reluctance to commit. They feel sometimes they just simply don't have that authority. And so they put their overconfidence in the district manager or corporate that says, "This is what I want you to do, and we'll take good care of your policyholder." Yikes. I don't think that's a smart move. Demonstrating how commitment can lead to a long-term benefit or benefits and to professional development can motivate clients to overcome their complacency and embrace commitment. Businesses and marketers alike have to emphasize the potential to that client for growth for that client and the improvement that that commitment is going to bring. Understand the reasons behind client resistance to commit. It's fear and complacency in a nutshell. It's crucial for marketers seeking to build successful relationships and achieve their goals. By addressing these concerns, clients can be encouraged to move beyond their hesitations and make commitments that can lead to positive outcomes and personal growth. Every single route marketer that's listening to this webinar knows that they get told no, not interested, too busy, we don't refer, are you on our vendor list? We always send the claims people to Claims Central. You hear it all the time. And so often, the reason for that client resistance, and it is resistance, is simply fear and complacency. Don't forget to visit the Crest store, where you can buy and download incredible articles, incredible webinars, videos, and white papers, all about disaster restoration. Start using the material as learning tools for your staff. Many of the people that use this information use maybe a 10-minute training video that they downloaded and they present it to their sales and marketing team during their Monday morning meeting, or they present it, the manager and the owner sit with his key executive staff and watch a training video or read an article about some compelling thing that will help them grow their business. I'm Dick Wagner with the Crest Network. Thank you so much for listening and watching this webinar. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.